Welcome back, everybody. It's Dylan with D's for Dyslexia. I've got a special guest today.
The goal every day was to learn one thing. So in 8 periods a day, I've got to figure out if I can learn one thing. And that's not one thing in an entire subject. That's like one math problem itself. Not the equation to figure it out, the one math problem, and I've won the day. That's it. I won. And if I did that, I can come back tomorrow. I thought I'd lost my internship at 18 years old because I went to a trade school for microcomputer science. And my dad and I were talking, like, if this internship thing falls through, he's like, I went to the Army, and it gave me a lot of opportunity. It changed my mind. And I was like, oh, like, that's terrifying. Like, I don't know why. I don't know if anybody else feels that way. I was so terrified of the Army. So when I found out that I got the internship, I was like, well, this is my Army. It's my boot camp. I'm going to make this thing work. I feel like my life was the movie Rocky, except the difference between me and Rocky is he had time to train for his fight. I didn't know I was training for a fight. I just knew I was in one. But the issue is I didn't know I was in one until I was getting hit. And my mom and dad were like, you need a backup plan, you need a plan B. And I was like, no, I don't need a plan B because if you focus on plan A enough, there's no need for a plan B. Plan B is set up for people who've already failed plan A. Most people, when they come into life, they've got a family. Everybody's there. They're there to help them. They already have pavement. They have shoes on. They're walking their path. I had nothing under me. I was in a grass field by myself. I had to dig up the grass and realize who I was, what I was doing, and how I was going to do it. But I didn't know that I needed to do that yet because who I was before Dyslexic Dylan was 12-year-old Dylan. That's 21 backwards. And the issue with that is I thought I was backwards, and everybody else wasn't. First day of internship, I'm 19 years old. I'm driving a 2010 Camry with 300,000 miles on it, and CEO walks in, 9 a.m. I'm there at 8:50 in a little Polo, and he's like, hey, I'm X, and I'm glad that you're starting today, and you got 3 days a week, 3 months at the end of the summer, and the internship's up. We can't afford you. We're a small little firm. And I said, okay, well, in the most respectful way possible, that's just not happening. I'll tell you how this is going to happen. I'm not going to get paid anything. I'll be here every day. I'll come 5 days a week. I'll come before you. I'll leave after you, so I suggest you leave a key on my desk. And he said nothing, and he walked away, and I was like, well, I guess I'm going to the Army. He had to leave early, and he just said, hey, I hope your first day is going well. Lee's going to lock up, and I'll see you tomorrow. And I was like, oh, well, that's a good sign. And when I went back to my desk, the key was there. When I was in school being called the stupid kid, telling me I couldn't do things, I was not good enough, everybody around me was going to be successful, I wasn't going to college, that is what I thought the journey started. The journey didn't start. It started when I was young. When I was in orphanage fighting for my life, sleeping in my pillowcase because the kids in the orphanage steal your blankets because it's for survival for the fittest. That's when we started, and I was 2.5 years old. So no matter what you're doing, if you ever have that thought of, I don't want to, I shouldn't, just go. Do it, stay consistent. It's gonna bring you where you wanna be. It's not about me. It's not about a Benz. It's not about a sold-out venue. It's about those lives that we can change and change a complete trajectory so those who needed it will get it. Thank you guys so much. I'm Dylan Smith.